Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media back at y'all for another round. And today I believe is going to be a huge day in the landscape of football, because today we will be having the Pat McAfee Show, free agency edition. And I believe today's the day where Aaron Rodgers will make his announcement that he is indeed a New York Jet. Now, I really like Joe Douglas. I think he's a phenomenal GM. I think he's been the best GM the Jets had since Mike Tannenbaum and those AFC Championship Jets. You know, he's a really good GM. However, on this one, Trader Joe, I would not go the route of Aaron Rodgers. The man you need to go after is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, since he has no agent and is self-represented, he's not allowed to speak to teams until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Interestingly enough, around the same time the Pat McAfee Show airs tonight. So, I think when you talk about fit, right? Who fits this team more? It's not even close. Lamar Jackson fits this team a whole lot more than Aaron Rodgers. First of all, let's just go to the obvious. Lamar Jackson's way younger than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is this season, he's going to turn 40 during the season. In December, Aaron Rodgers turns 40. Not only that, but here's the stigma that people have about Lamar Jackson that's completely incorrect. That Lamar Jackson doesn't throw the ball. How is that the case? You see, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So let's dissect some numbers here. Lamar Jackson had a speedster named Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown was so fast and a good route runner that he was able to get behind the secondary, and Lamar would throw these 30, 40, 50-yard bombs to him. Do the Jets have somebody like that? I believe so, in Garrett Wilson, right? Now let's ask the yardage. What's the yardage? How many yards did Marquise Brown have with Lamar Jackson? Oh yeah, he was in the 1,000-yard club. 1,000 yards. How is that a guy who doesn't pass the ball when his wide receiver hit the 1,000-yard mark? Oh, guess who else hit the 1,000-yard mark? Lamar Jackson's tight end, Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, another. Now, just this year, Mark Andrews had 800 yards. And that's largely in part because Lamar Jackson didn't play a good stretch of the end of the season. Had he played, easily Andrews would have had 1,000 yards in just 2 more games. But the year before that, his tight end, Mark Andrews, the same year that Hollywood Brown had over 1,000 yards, Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews both had 1,000 yards. How is that a man that doesn't throw the football? I think there's a darker tale to this story, why he has that stigma. But anyway, you have a guy in Lamar Jackson that throws the ball. Not only that, but you want to talk numbers? How's this number for you? Number one, Lamar Jackson led the league in touchdowns, in throwing touchdowns a couple seasons back. Led the league in throwing touchdowns. So, you want to talk about fit? Lamar Jackson, with his style, the fact that he is a passing threat, unlike false media likes to leads you to believe Lamar is a passing threat. The man can run, and that's what we all know he brings to the table better than anybody in the league. That run pass option between Lamar and Breece Hall, a RPO between Lamar Jackson and Breece Hall? Man, Aaron Rodgers ain't running like that. Aaron Rodgers is not running. He'll scramble to throw the ball, but he's not running for positive yardage. Lamar Jackson is, and defenses have to account for that. So when you have a beast in the back like Breece Hall, accompanied with Lamar Jackson with the man, they would have given team headaches. Teams preparing for that would have been a nightmare. And it still can be a nightmare, Jets. Do the right move. Get Lamar Jackson. You want to talk about some more numbers? Here's the numbers for Aaron Rodgers last year. And here's another thing that bothers me about the Aaron Rodgers move. And listen, you're probably not going to come across a bigger Aaron Rodgers fan than me. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite quarterback of all time. I think he is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen. Patrick Mahomes, the things that he's doing and people are going crazy over, Aaron was doing that 10 years ago. But Mahomes might be better in the long run. I think Mahomes already is the better quarterback. But anyway, personally, I think Aaron is amazing, but these demands that he's asking for, and yes, he should have demands with his star quality, his caliber quarterback, but the type of demands this guy's asking for, are you kidding me? He wants the Jets to bring in Randall Cobb, Alan Lazard, Mercedes Lewis. Guys, if those three names sound familiar to you, I'll tell you why. Because those three guys were Aaron Rodgers receivers in Green Bay. And yes, those are the same Green Bay receiving core that we all said Aaron Rodgers has no weapons. Aaron Rodgers has no weapons. Yet he wants to bring that receiving core that we all dubbed as no weapons, he wants to bring them to the Jets. Why? What's the definition of insanity? To do the same thing over and over, expecting different results. What makes you think bringing that receiving core that was subpar to New York is going to change anything for Aaron Rodgers or for the Jets? Doesn't make any sense. Aaron Rodgers is looking to sabotage the Jets if that's what he's trying to do. Why would you bring... I gave you numbers, right? Lamar Jackson throwing to Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, over 1,000 yards receiving. Mark Andrews as a tight end 2 seasons ago, over 1,000 yards receiving. This past season, on a short season for Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews still had over 800 receiving yards. Well on his way to another 1,000-yard receiving year had Lamar not gotten injured. Look at all of Green Bay's receiving core. Look at their yardage. Look at their reception. Alan Lazard, you want to know what's hit the highest yardage he's had in a season? His career high, 700-something yards. Mark Andrews last year by himself had 800. Mark Andrews had more receiving yards than Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard's career high is 700-something passing yards with Aaron Rodgers. Randall Cobb has not had 1,000-yard receiving year. Not 1 year with 1,000 receiving yards in his career. Mercedes Lewis, What the f is a Mercedes Lewis? Yo, Aaron Rodgers, this might, I don't know what he's trying to do. This feels like sabotage. It also feels like a man that's trying to get back at the Green Bay Packers. Like, he had some kind of interior motive. Like, oh yeah, watch what I'm gonna do to y'all. Y'all think y'all gonna get rid of me? I'm gonna make y'all rebuild completely. Now I'm taking all y'all receivers away. And it ain't like these guys are good, because he's complained about them. These same guys he's complained about. So why would he bring a core of guys to a team when he complained about these core, these guys? And he said that he needs receivers. And the same guy that said he needs receivers is gonna bring this same group he struggled with to a new setting? I don't like it. I don't like it. Jets, do the right thing. And hey, man, they want Aaron Rodgers, so to their credit, they're doing their due diligence. They're doing everything they can. They already got a 4-year contract in play with Alan Lazard. But Alan Lazard is not worth 4 years. That man has not had a 1,000-yard season yet with Aaron Rodgers. And with no Devontae Adams. It's not like they had Devontae Adams last year taking up all the touches. No, Devontae was gone. And still he couldn't get Alan Lazard or Randall Cobb 1,000 yards in receiving. Not the move. Not the move. Jets, do the right thing. Go after Lamar Jackson. Don't believe the hype. False media is a machine, man. A machine that's built to lie to you. And a lot of these execs, they fall for it, surprisingly. They tell you Lamar's not a passing quarterback. All right. Go tell that to Mark Andrews with 1,000 yards. Go tell that to Marquise Brown, who had 1,000 yards. Now, one of Aaron Rodgers' receivers had 1,000 yards last year. So not only could he do that, he led the league in touchdowns, in passing touchdowns, a couple seasons back. So not only could he pass, but in this day and age, as dynamic as the pass rush is in today's game, you need a guy that can run. You got guys like Aaron Donald, the Watt brothers. You got the Bosa brothers. You got guys like that are straight Chase Young, straight monsters. Micah Parsons. You got guys that are monsters. You need a quarterback that can run. And Aaron Rodgers at 40 years old is not running the way Lamar Jackson is running. Never has in his career. I'm telling you, that run pass option with Lamar and Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, who could break past the secondary and give you home run plays, just like Marquise Brown did. Jets, with your defense and that young core of offense, that's who you want, Lamar Jackson. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I'm Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.